back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to show you how to make this bubu. It's very simple. The first thing you're going to do is to, if you're trying to replicate the one on the thumbnail, you might want to use Akara fabric that has design at the top and has design at the bottom, so that when you wear it like this, like your head will be here, then the two ends of the fabric will have that design like the one on the thumbnail. So but mine, I don't have any fabric like that, so I'm just going to use something plain like this. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead, measure yourself from your shoulder to your ankle or your shoulder to the floor, whatever you want the length of the dress to be. So I'm working with 58 as the length, so I added 1, so it's 59. So you're going to measure 59 into 2, right? Like how you normally measure 1 yard and then another yard. So you're going to measure 59. So the front one is 59 and then the second one is also 59. Or you could just measure the length. When I say 59, I mean measure your own length plus like extra 1 inch or 2 inch of folding allowance, right? So once that is done, the next thing is going to be to fold the fabric into 2 now. So fold it into 2. You see the two ends are meeting here. If it had a design, those two sides would be here, right? On the end, on the side, because this is going to be the side of the cloth. So this is where my head will be. This is the end of the dress. So now when you put everything together, the next thing is going to be to insert your measurement. You're going to go to the neckline here and you're going to go ahead and measure 3 inches. So guys, you see, if you look closely, you see I've marked my neckline of 3 inch here, and then I'm going to go from this point. You can do 3.5 if you want a wider neck, right? So 3.5 is what I'm going to do instead of, I think 3.5 should be good instead of doing just 3, because I want it to be a little open. So let's say I do 3.5, and then from that point now you're going to measure at least, let's say 10 inches down here, and then you're going to connect it from this point here to this point, just like that. If you don't want your V too deep, because I don't know how deep this will be, if you find that 10 is too deep for you, then you could do 9 or 8, it depends on you. So I'm cutting both the front and the back at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this together, just like that. So once that is done, I've cut my neckline. Then I'm going to go on this side here, and then you're going to put your shoulder to your bust line. That's your shoulder to your nipple line, wherever that is for you. So let's say mine is going to be 12. I'm going to go ahead and mark it. And then at this point here, I'm going to come in, let's say 2 inches from the end. And then I'm just going to connect it all the way to the end. The reason I'm doing this 2 inches, you can just do 1 inch. 1 inch is okay. But I'm just doing 2 inches because I want to be able to fold it and then tuck it in. But ideally, what you should do is probably like 1.5. So I'm just going to do 1.5 and then just mark it all the way to the end like that. And then I'm going to trim off all the excess. So 1.5 is what you're cutting off from the side of this here. So guys, once you mark it, you're going to give it a curve by the armhole. Come in 1.5, give it a curve and cut off the excess. So you see I've cut off everything all the way down. So now I'm going to go ahead and notch this shoulder so that I know that this is my shoulder, the tip of my shoulder here. I'm going to notch it here, and I'm also going to notch it here so that I'll not make mistake on where the shoulder is supposed to be. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to you can get the same fabric so that you can also cut your facing, but I think I'm going to just use lining to cut my facing. So this is the lining I'm using. You notice that I've gone ahead and ironed it into 2 first like this, and then iron it like this now. So I know that this is the corner of my the head of this. So I'm going to take it and just place it like this, get the perfect angle like this, making sure that it's aligned here and also aligned by the center. And then I can go ahead and mark my neckline. So guys, this is what it looks like. You see the neckline here. So all I have to do is just to open it up like this. So open up the dress, get the angle of the neckline here. And then the next thing I'm going to do is to get the lining, and then I'm going to place it on it, making sure that the angle of this side is here, and just like that. So I'm going to go ahead. That's why I made that notch here, so I know that this is the part is going to be. So I'm going to just go ahead and sew it all the way around. Once I finish sewing it, I'm going to tuck everything inside, right? Tuck it in. and then I'm going to fold the end of this like this, 1 and then 2, and then I'm going to close up the side of my cloth on this side, close up the side of my cloth on the other side. If you would want to add pocket, then you could come down from here, from this point here. I might come down like about extra 7 inches here, and then add in a pocket at that point. So from where my armhole is, come down 7 inches down here and insert a pocket. So guys, this is it here. So I went ahead and made this band here. So how you're going to get the length is just to fold it into 2, and then you're going to measure 3.5, because that's what we cut out, right? Plus extra 1/2 inch. So that is going to be 4 inches, but that 1/2 inch is for your seam allowance. So what I have here as my width is 4 inches, right? So if I open it up now, it's 8 inches, but 1/2 inch from here is going to one side of the back, 1/2 inch from here is going to one side of the back. But the band, this is folded into 2. It was like this, and then it's 4 inches. I folded it into 2 and closed up one end. So now I'm going to flip it from one side to the other, iron it out, and then I'm going to place it on the back of the cloth. If you want, even before you put the lining, you can mark on the back where you want it to be. That way you can pass it through inside of the lining. It will look even better, neat, than placing it after you are done. So if you know you want to do that, just know that on the neckline, where you marked your neckline, in between the lining and the cloth, you're going to fix this in here. Maybe come down 1/2 inch from the shoulder, from where the mark of that place we notched at the tip of your shoulder. Then fix it in there, continue with your lining, come back on the other side of the shoulder, come down 1/2 inch, fix it in there, and then continue with your seam. Even after you've done this now, you can still do it. Just all you have to do is from here to here, you know it's going to be there. Come down 1/2 inch, sew this one in, sew this one in, but that's after you've already flipped it. This is what it looks like here at the moment. So you see the body of the dress, it just goes straight down to the end, and this is the neckline here, right? So the only thing I have to do more is just to go in on this lining and use the glue thing to just iron it down so the lining doesn't come out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.